So today on the George I chest of drawers, we're going to be fixing the drawer runners. Now there is quite a lot of work in fixing these drawers. They have a lot of repairs over the years and lots of nails banged in everywhere. Now we're just going to cut ourselves a piece of wood that we can put on the top of the drawer, and that'll square the drawer up so we can use that as a guide, and we can start trimming the bottom with a circular saw. Now the dovetails do come all the way to the front in these early chests, so you do not want to knock the sides of the drawers apart. You need to fix the runners on the actual drawer itself, or you're going to have a lot of problems. Normally you would have a piece of wood there in the later drawers so you can take the drawer fronts off without losing the veneer. So now we have a really old nail here which came out really easy, which is a bit odd because normally they're really hard to get out. And look at that top on that nail, it's 18th century. Now all these blocks of wood have been stuck in place just to make the chest usable. So we're just going to put some hot water onto the blocks and see if we can try and loosen them out a bit. And we'll do the same for the other side as well. And we'll just see if we can loosen the glue up that's underneath. And we'll just leave that for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to get the heat gun and we're going to apply some heat as well and see if we can loosen that glue up. We don't want a lot of heat, just enough to try and soften the glue up. And the glue is being pretty stubborn. It is some sort of hide glue, I think. But yeah, we're just going to have to chisel these off. Again, we'll just wet the glue and keep heating it up. And we can just keep wiping that glue off. And we'll do the same with the other side. Apply some heat, some more hot water. And again, they're being pretty stubborn, so we're not having a lot of success with the hot water. But it will clean the glue up once we get these blocks off. Okay, we just want to scrape all that glue off. Now we're going to get into the next drawer, and we're just going to get in there with a cold chisel and just bash them off. And we'll just wet the glue, and then we can scrape that glue off as well. Bit of heat. And this is a process that we will do for all the drawers. And you can see the original drawer side now. where it's had the wear, but that's also a repair as well. So being 300 years old, these drawers have been fixed many times. Now it looks like someone's put a bandage on here and just soaked it in animal glue and just stuck it on over the crack. So we're just going to gain hot water, try and soften the glue up under the bandage, and then we can scrape that off as well. And you can see the saw marks as well on the wood where they've hand sawn the planks. Again, we just keep it nice and wet, and we'll just keep trying to scrape that bandage off. This has probably been on here for 100 years. Okay, we'll just scrape it off. And we'll do the same for this drawer as well. And we've done it. So that drawer's clean as well. Now these drawers, they've just banged on some long bits of strips of wood, and that way they could just open and close the drawers. And they've got bandages on them and blocks on them. Now those blocks of wood that are stuck onto the underside of the drawers, they are for spring wedges. And they lock into the square that is cut out inside the dust liner. These ones here, they broke off a long time ago, and they would have just locked into there, so you had to go into the drawer below to open the ones above. A bit like a secret mechanism. Now always have our safety gear on when we're cutting. And again, we'll just keep trimming up these drawers, removing the waste timber. And again, we've cut through another nail there. Just clean up this edge. And we have another facet head nail there, and another facet head nail there. Now these are protruding too high, so we're going to have to tap those down with a metal punch, and then the wood's going to stick down nicely and not hit the top of the nail. And those nails have been in for 300 years. Okay, we'll just tap on our guide, and we just push the saw guide flush, and we just use our hand here to push back and forward so we can remove that timber. And there's our guide there. Again, just trimming back, and there's another facet head nail there as well. Just get it all nice and flat. There's loads of those. And just pinch off our guide. And again, this repair has just totally worn off. So we'll have to remove that as well. And look at those old saw marks. Incredible. The ones from the bottom are definitely from a pit saw. You can see the wavy mark in them. being on the wider slab as well. They would have used a pit saw. More nails that we need to pop down. Again, we'll just keep trimming the drawers up, keep trimming them back. We have 10 sides that we have to do, 10 new runners. And again, look at this old nail. 300 years ago he banged it in, bent it over, thought, oh well, no one will ever see it. And we'll just cut out our new sledges for the bottom of the drawers. And we'll just put them all in place, and we'll be back in the morning to glue all these up. So it's the next morning and we're just going to mix up some hide glue. Now we use 2 parts water to 1 part granules, and we just let that sit for about an hour to hydrate. And now we're going to warm it up slowly. It's starting to dissolve quite nicely, and we get it to about 60 to 65 degrees centigrade. Now we're going to brush it on nice and thick onto the drawers, and we're also going to brush onto the wood strips as well. We have to work pretty quick. The glue does go off, and you've got to make sure that you get the glue attached before it goes into a gel form. Now we're just going to hold this on with our hands for a few minutes. Now we're going to do the next one. Plenty of glue again, both sides. We'll just put some clamps on that one, and we're just going to keep this process going until we've done all the drawers. Now we are using hide glue because that is the traditional finish that the chest originally had. So we're just trying to keep in with that. But we're getting there. And again, on the 2 smaller drawers now on the top. Again, plenty of glue. Just got to make sure that when we push the wood together that the glue is still wet or tacky. You don't want to push it together when it's turned into a gel. Now we haven't got a lot left. This is probably a little bit thicker than what we normally would use, but we'll be fine. We'll get it on nice and quick. Got about 15 seconds to get that turned over, and we're just going to put some pressure down with our fingers and hold it until it dries. So all the drawers sit nice and square now with the front of the chest. We will still tidy up the sides of the drawers, clean the glue off, etc. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. We'll be doing veneering next, and we'll see you in the next video.